Hi. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for all of the love and support you've shown me in the last few hours. Um, Fasten your seatbelts. Yeah, get a nice beverage. Just relax. I'm going to take my time. There's a lot to present. If you would like it in one sentence, I can give you one sentence right here. You see that? I hope I hope that after this video that you all will help spread the word. And after you hear the details, I think you'll all agree that we need to help this poor girl. I know it's been like 35 plus years, but damn, what she went through, it's messed up. And it's not alleged, it's convicted. It's conviction, and they had proof. They had proof. They had a confession when he didn't know that he was being recorded. So, whatever he's told anyone, whatever Tommy Scoville / Brett Miller has told anyone, anybody else, it's a lie. It's an absolute lie. So, give you a little bit of background. As the hi FTG guys, I'm glad you all are here. Thank you for being the ones to sound the alarm years ago, even, but it was months ago that I found out about it, and I appreciate you all because that was one of the things that really made me want to get to the bottom of this. And I happen to live in Vermont, the same state that this essay happened, and I'll tell you right now, it was not a statutory thing. And if you want absolute proof of that, I can point you towards. I actually did put a link in the description that you can click on and request from the state of Vermont. It's the Vermont Crime Information Center in Waterbury, Vermont. Costs $30, but you can get this short form document which says Alan Miller, date of conviction is March 4th, 1992, county, Windsor County, Vermont. Offense for which subject was convicted. Felony SA, it says the words. And it says the sentence. Sentenced to incarceration for 4 to 10 years, all suspended with probation. So he was actually, okay, so this was 5 years later. He was 21 at the time of the conviction. And there is a whole timeline, guys, from 1987 until this date here. So there's 5 years. And that initial assault, and I would definitely say the R word, I would say it was someone under 16, even though he was 16, almost 17 when it happened. He was convicted as an adult. He was charged and tried as an adult. So I put in a request about 3 weeks ago with the clerk of courts in Windsor County, which is about 2 hours away from me. And it's been a little bit of a rigmarole. I'm not going to show the documents. You can take my word for it. I got them all here, 13 pages. I can tell you how you can put a request in. It's a little bit of a cat and mouse thing to try to get everything, but I can tell you how to do it. You can email me at Cults and Crafts. And I just want to say one thing right here. If you're a nasty troll that's done videos about me, especially in the last 6 months, don't bother emailing me, and you're welcome. If you are a dirty old incel or some nasty old hag that talks shit about me on Reddit all the time, you can steal you can steal the stuff from my videos and try to doctor them up so you don't get a copyright strike, whatever. Have at it. You're welcome. But don't you dare email me and ask me for anything, because I've never done anything to you guys. I'm not a grifter. Just because you don't like my friend, I tell you what, show me the documents like this about Aaron. They don't exist. Show me the documents like this guy, Tommy Scoville / Brett Miller, or Dave Linton, Echoplex, which a lot of you trolls are constantly defending him. Shame. Shame. You are disgusting. Because he even said that he did it. He even said that those documents that I showed, that I presented, are real. So you don't have a leg to stand on. You know, you want to call me all kinds of names and do like stupid little videos about me, you know, and whatever, have at it. But you're disgusting, and go back in your little hole. So I got that out because I'm pissed today, guys. This is horrible. This is awful. Okay. Information by state's attorney. Okay. The incident happened on 3/17, so it was St. Patrick's Day in 1987. I'm going to read as much as I can of the affidavit. I will redact names, addresses, anything except for Brett Miller, but not his address, his name. So you know what I'm talking about. I'm not even going to put the places that it happened, except, you know, everyone knows from that, anyone who's seen that article, that it was, Windsor County in Woodstock High School. So that's all. There's some other places. There's some names. I'm not even going to say the names of the law enforcement officers, because people on the internet, they're crazy and they're weird. So I'm not even going to say the businesses or the street names either. Okay. This is the probable cause affidavit. State of Vermont, Windsor County. Okay. And it says the law enforcement officer's name. Having been a law enforcement officer for over 9 years and presently the investigator for the Windsor County State's Attorney Office, make the following affidavit. I have interviewed, and it says the victim's name, and have obtained a sworn statement concerning the allegations. In brief, the victim alleges that on March 17, 1987, between the hours of 10 a.m. and 12 p.m., she was in the music room at the Woodstock High School. Brett Miller was in the room as well. The two moved to, sorry, you know what? I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to have to put this light on because this is old microfilm and it's kind of hard to read, a little smudged. Okay. The two moved to a stairwell that connects the music room with the auditorium, which is located on the second floor. The victim and Brett Miller were talking and had shut the door behind them. While talking on the stairwell, Brett Miller unzipped his pants and took out his member. This is her speaking. Brett grabbed my arm and turned me around. I, at this point, was 2 steps beneath where he was standing, this time with his member out of his pants. He held my arm with one hand. Remember, she's 15. He held my arm with one hand and behind my neck with the other. He repeatedly told me that there was nothing to be afraid of, pulling me closer. I then told him no and to let me go. I struggled with him for at least 5 minutes, and then I finally gave in to him, hoping he'd then leave me alone. So the victim told the officer Brett Miller had put his into her mouth against her will. She was age 15. Brett Miller was 16, almost 17. The victim advised that she complained to a school official at the time, but because of the fear of publicity, would not pursue the case or divulge the actual circumstances. In the fall of 1989, so we're talking 2 years later, over 2 years later, so he's turned 17, 18, he was 19 because it was after his birthday in 1987. The victim went to work at a Vermont inn, and it was like a resort, pretty big resort. Mr. Miller also worked at the inn. She stated, just in the past 4 months, he has bothered me again. We both worked at the same place, which, you know, I could hear people thinking right now, like, oh, why did she go to work there if he did this? sit tight because there's proof, guys, and it doesn't matter. She should be able to work. It's small town, things happen. She tried to stay away from him. You'll know once law enforcement gets involved. You'll understand. Okay. Just in the past 4 months, he has bothered me again. We both worked at this place. Brett would follow me into rooms and shut the door behind him. He'd pull up and grab me. This happened 6 or 7 times from November to January. So he's 19 at this time. So she must be 17, almost 18, around 18-ish. One afternoon, he put $450 into my hand and asked me for favors. About 1 month before that, in the afternoon, 1 month before that afternoon, he was off duty and I was alone on the 3rd floor. He came up to visit me. He walked towards me, unzipping his pants. I turned and walked away from him. He took his out of his pants, asking, "What's wrong? You don't like looking at guys?" D word. She told her supervisor and of the incidents, and Mr. Miller is no longer working at this inn. So that's good that he was fired for that. Okay, the victim wants prosecution brought against Mr. Miller. She told me that Mr. Miller has heard that she's gone to the authorities. This is like deja vu. This is not too far away from how he acts now, honestly. I mean, I don't know about that, but how he threatens people, intimidates them, finds things out. He sent me an email the day, I'm sure, who knows what's going to happen now, but I don't care. I am doing it for this person and anybody else that he has harassed and hurt. And I know there's many. I've talked to some of them. Okay. So he found out that she had gone to the authorities. That, on February 24th, 1990, so this is 3 years after the incident, Mr. Miller contacted her by telephone and wanted to talk about the incident. Based on the preceding information, the Honorable Judge, and his name, issued a search warrant to record phone calls and in-person conversation between Brett Miller and the victim. A phone call was made to Brett Miller with a meeting took place on the 9th of March, 1990, between Brett Miller and the victim. Mr. Miller and she, the victim, met in the village of Woodstock, Vermont, at approximately 14 hours at a certain restaurant. After meeting, Mr. Miller and she, the victim, walked down a street onto another street. Detective Cable of the Vermont State Police and I personally, oh, sorry, I said his name. That's okay. This is years ago, but observed Mr. Miller and her together. She was wearing a wireless device, and the conversation between the two was being listened to and recorded by Detective and myself. This conversation has been transcribed and corroborates that the incident described by this victim did occur. So let me back this up and read it again. Okay, the victim was wearing a wireless device, and the conversation between the two was being listened to and recorded by the detective and myself. This conversation has been transcribed and corroborates that the incident described by the victim did occur. Okay. Okay, so he was convicted. He did plead, and to the commissioner above named defendant was convicted and sentenced as followed. Again, it says 4 to 10 years. This one I cannot read. I'll have to. So tiny. Sorry, guys. Again, I told you I gotta take my time here. Okay. The above named was placed on probation under the above docket. It says the numbers. 4th day of March in 1992. So this is 2 years later. The following term in such case hereby amended as follows. Says number 13, the amount of $439 in restitution to the victim shall be paid to probation and parole, White River Junction. Okay, blah, blah, blah. And more signatures. Okay. Now, I think it's actually important to read some of the, oh God, there's so much. Some of the conditions of probation, because some of these behaviors he could have changed at 19, 20, 21 years old. And he's still exhibiting some of these things that they're saying, that he needs to do or not do. He's doing or not doing now. So, yes, he still has a channel and he's still doing videos. Yes. And you know what, guys? He's actually talking about predators. He's talking about Diddy. He's talking about other predators. Maybe he should look in the mirror. I'm just saying. Okay. I'm going to take a little break. I'm going to take some water. I'll take a few of your comments, and then I'll read the conditions of probation. Turn this off for a minute. Okay. Thank you, George, for being in the back. Hey, AB. Thank you. Proud of you for tackling harder topics. We got you. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Hey, Sammy, I'm glad you're here. After the bars, don't be nervous, hon. We all got you. And this is truth, not made up bull. Yeah. Yep, it is. It's the truth. Unfortunately, it is. I'm so glad you're here, honey. Definitely don't be nervous. This needs to be done in your freaking box. I don't feel like one right now, but thank you. Thanks, Poppy, the boxer. Vanessa, thank you. And speaking of Vanessa, I sent Vanessa LaRose a message, and I hope she'll be able to see the replay if she can't be here. But I wanted her to know what I had discovered. So, yeah. Sarah, yes. Yeah. I don't think people change, and like I said, some of the behaviors that he's exhibiting now are freaking scary, Diana, yes, we need to stand with the victim. Well, I don't know. She can watch this. I mean, I remember her saying when someone said, do you know about this? And she was like, oh, well, I'm sure if it was a problem, I'm sure if Tommy was convicted of SA, he would tell you. Yeah. And I've got a bridge to sell you in Brooklyn. Yep. Okay. But I don't know if she knows. I don't know if she'd care. Not my favorite person right now. Did anyone miss that? Convicted. Yes. Now, excuse me. Does that make him a chomo? Well, I would say yes, because she was under 16. She was 15. Yes, he was a minor too, but he was charged and convicted as an adult. I can only think of, like, I know in Vermont, they're pretty strict about pretty much everything. I think that they did that because of the violent nature and how dangerous this person is, and wanted to really apprehend and change, his trajectory. Has it changed? I don't know. We know he's a freaking con man by his own admission, and he has abused and hurt women. He is violent and he's threatening and he's fucking dangerous. So, yeah, he's a predator. I would call him what do they say? Rapist. I would call him that. Yes. Yep. Now this is the truth. And they got a confession on record. They actually recorded a confession because of their interaction. So I don't know, don't have the transcript of the phone call, but it was pretty much a open and shut case after that. So yeah. Right, right. Just like my husband says, a thief knows a thief. Somebody is always like paranoid and obsessed with stuff. Yeah, he's obsessed with people like him, I guess. Spirit predators never change. Yeah. Kim Roy Brett is now supporting predators like Weinstein. No, his stance is women lie to get money. Yeah, and you know what? I happen to know that he has told certain people that he was close to at one point that this woman, he just discredited her. He said that, they had a thing when they were young, they were both young, and then all of a sudden years later she decides to accuse him of that, of the R word. Not according to this, and not according to the conversation that they had that was recorded. Not according to the boss that fired him, for this type of behavior. Not according to all that. And this was a conviction. Juice, yeah. He's not changed. There are other victims. I know you're right. Yeah. Yeah. And I just want to cry for them. I guess it's okay to cry, right? I'm so angry. I'm so fucking angry. I want these assholes to stop coming in to these type of communities, and then people calling me, some kind of drama queen for exposing this. People need to be warned. People need to be warned. Thank you, Angie. This needs to stop, guys. They need to be stopped. I agree. Fucking evil. He's evil. All right. Sorry, guys. I'm the wrong person to be doing this. Just so happens I live in Vermont. That's all. And I want to help. I want to help. Okay. I want to read. Oh, by the way, that incel was talking about my bad makeup. Yeah, well, it's probably because I cry it off. But that incel, he hasn't shown his face. So, yeah, I might be ugly as, AF, but I'm willing to bet he is too. Just wanted to say that. Okay. Just bear with me, guys. Okay. Pursuant to the plea agreement attached hereto, and in consideration for the terms of the plea and sentence as contained therein, the defendant hereby accepts the following special conditions of probation in addition to the standard conditions of probation, which I have here are very, very small print, but I did scribble some down in case they're not included in this special conditions. Okay, so here are the special conditions tailor-made for him. These are hereby made a part of the probation warrant. 1, you shall not initiate, establish, or maintain contact with any female. So keep in mind, he's 21 at this point. Any female under the age of 18, nor attempt to do so. You shall not reside. So this actually, it said 16, and then the courts, they put their initials on it and changed it to 18. So, and that's how it came to me from the courts. Nor attempt to do so. You shall not reside in the same residence with any female under the age of 18 without the approval of your probation officer. The following circumstances are exempted from this condition. A, when the minor female is in the physical presence of a responsible adult who is aware of your history of SA and has been approved by your probation officer to supervise such contact. When the minor female is engaged in a regularly conducted commercial or business activity, the defendant may engage in the business or commercial activity provided that such activity takes place in an area open to the public view. All right, guys, sticking together. And there are responsible adults present. The minor female shall not be a client of that commercial or business enterprise. C. When the defendant is present in a public area, so long as the defendant is not associating with a female under the age of 18, and the public area is not frequented mainly or exclusively by minors. 2. You shall remain fully clothed and appropriately dressed when the potential for public viewing exists. So, no public nudity. 3, which, like you have to say this, but hey, he was in a public high school when he did this. You shall attend, satisfactorily participate in, and complete mental health counseling directed to the personality disorder and sexually deviant impulses identified in the okay, I'm not going to read all this stuff, but he was evaluated, and there was a personality disorder and deviant impulses identified in the psychosexual event. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, you shall pay for all such services, and it says the name of the person that facilitated. I assume he's a psychotherapist. Okay, psychotherapist counselor shall be subject to the approval of your probation officer. You shall sign a specified treatment contract approved by your probation officer. You shall sign a disclosure of information form, blah, 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 blah. Okay, Windsor County, counselor, all that, setting up the counseling. I'm going to skip over a little bit of this. Waiver of confidentiality. Okay, so he had to sign a waiver of confidentiality. bunch of stuff. You shall not enter adult bookstores or purchase or possess material, including, I can't read that. Sorry, guys. Probation officer as P word, or anything that is stimulating, as you can see what I'm talking about. Okay. It doesn't even say just minors. It says not at all. No adult materials at all. Okay. You shall pay all the uninsured mental health counseling expenses for the victim, and it says her name, associated with all the offenses specified in the plea agreement. You shall submit to photographing and fingerprinting for identification purposes at the request of your probation officer. You shall abide by any curfew set by your probation officer. You shall be at your residence at the home established in your curfew. So, and it did say on the regular standard list of conditions that you can't leave the state without permission, specified permission from your probation officer in the courts. You have to go through whatever programs they tell you to do. They say things like general things like you have to be like a decent person. Where was it? You shall live an orderly and industrious life. You should be employed. You have to take care of yourself and your dependents and your family. You're not supposed to be partaking in drugs and alcohol. Definitely not being drunk. You can't have any other convictions and traffic violations, all kinds of stuff. It goes on and on and on, guys. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. Okay, and basically has a permanent, it sounds like a permanent restraining order. It says you not shall not initiate, establish, or maintain any contact with her name, either in person, by telephone, or in writing. You shall not harass or cause her or anyone in the state's witness list to be harassed. Now there is a state, okay, see list on last page. So I don't know if they're numbered, but it is an extensive list. The personality disorders, I don't know what they specified. I don't have his, I mean, I would assume that would be, I mean, they just touched on it. And that's probably a HIPAA thing. I'm not sure, but I don't want to go into that rabbit hole. Okay, I don't know if I have it, but there is a extensive long list of witnesses. Okay. I guess that's all I really have the wherewithal to present right now. Because it's, as you can see, it's pretty awful. Kelly Williams. Oh my God, I talked about this woman saying she was a bank teller that he robbed. I don't know. I didn't see any reference to that. Could be somebody else. I'm not sure. Oh, is Alan here? Hi, so glad you're here. Okay. I'm going to scroll up to some of your comments. Okay, sorry guys. I'm just going to take my time here. Just put question or comment in the chat if you want George to start it. Yeah, convicted. Yep. Hey, Carrie, you're here. Hey, Cheryl. 4 to 6 years in prison, but he got to go home with a slap. Yeah. And I assume it's because he had no priors because he was young. But now he's got quite the laundry list of convictions, right? Yeah. That's why I'm doing this. Thank you, Brother B. I don't know who you are, but you sound cool. Thank you. Apparently, they're a bunch of jerks on Reddit. They have to watch the full video, so at least you can watch ours, right? Yeah. Or Health to the Get a Life will write every little thing down. You know, they could have a really good career. They're not bad at it, but I honestly do not go into Reddit anymore. It's so gross. It's super gross. Some people send me screenshots here and there, and I don't even want to see those. Hey, Dorte, thank you for being here. Lucinda, Kenny, Pat, thank you for being here. Constance June, that person only took one doc of Dave and said it was not that bad, did not present all the documents on Dave. Yeah. I mean, he even admitted that they were authentic, and he's a predator, chomo too. Disgusting. Hey, John, I'm not a troll. I'm John. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, goody, a troll. Oh, I know. I don't want to start crying again, but just think about, when my daughter was 15. Oh my God, I would have killed. That's horrible. Volume off for now. Yeah, I understand, Marilee. Yeah. Hey, Drew Morbs. Hey, Brain Fog. Foggy, thank you for being here. Yes. You have to learn. Yeah. I'm so sorry. Hey, Cheeks McGee. Hey there. I think you're right, Constance. I don't think he's changed. I don't. A girl. I hope this will keep other creators from platforming him and helps watchers decide to stop supporting him. Yeah, I agree. Venus blue flannel, Reese knows. Be surprised. Constance, this is before modern day cell phones. They would have to had gone through a lot of work to get the wiring recording down. Yeah, because she was wearing it, kind of like what a, FBI, they do it. Yeah. And they had enough evidence to have that that order, what did they call it? Like a search warrant to do it. Can you imagine having her do that? Like, I would be scared to death, but at least knowing that the cops were listening, that the detective and the other law enforcement official was listening and they could jump in at any time. 'Cause I would be scared if I were her. Yeah. Hey, Susie, thanks for being here. Desperia, love you. Desperia to help everybody keep up. Yeah, it was not statutory. He was convicted. He admitted to doing it whilst she was wearing a wire. Yep, that in a nutshell. That in a nutshell. And where's my little sign that I had? That in a nutshell. If nobody takes anything away from this video today, please take that. Dangerous. Very dangerous. Hey, Brooke Elliott, that you're here. Yeah, almost 17 for sure. 19-year-old. Yeah. And how she described it, when I read that, I have heard recordings of him. I have heard people recount to me how he's treated them. And even Reese's video and some of the things he said and some of the things she testified to. It sounds like the same person that he was back then, Gross. It's so horrible. Thank you, Janet. I think it's important for everyone to know. Nova, yes, I wish I was crocheting. I'm definitely going to crochet later. Definitely. Angie, there's right and there's wrong. We always stand up for right, even if it feels icky, giving you all my strength. Thank you. Yes, Lexi. Grifters and criminals need to be exposed. Yeah. Thank you, Christina. Glad you're here. Yes, this, Susie, you're right. He makes me sick. Anyone who continues to support him is yeah. And I dare anybody to try to come at me about this or even about Reese. I don't want to hear it, because if you don't like the truth, you don't like receipts, then don't watch me. Just stay away. Stay away. Because you have nothing to say that I want to hear. You don't have a leg to stand on. And trolls that want to do nasty videos about me just because who I'm friends with, that does not have a criminal record that I know of at all, and you want to call me names and do videos about me, don't even think about chumming up to me. Don't even think about it. And you're all blocked. So if you're in here and you're trying to get people to see you, yeah, F off. Hey, Martha. Vermont are here. Gardening time. Oh, yes, I hope. It's actually, the snow's gone mostly. I still have a little bit of snow here and there. There's snow just to add insult to injury, there's snow on the bottom of the solar panels for the pool. I'm like, good question. That I don't know. I didn't see any of that. I'll look again, but again, it's like 13 pages. Well, 14 with 15 with the cover pages I got from another source. But yeah. Yeah, he's not changed. I agree. J9, Reese knows everything yet doesn't address it. She's complicit in all of his lies because she herself is a liar, and I don't disagree with that. And I tell you, knowing everything that people know now, if her little cult, I'm going to say it, if she goes back with him and everybody's like, "Oh, I love you and Tommy and you and Tommy together." Oh, like shame on you people. Like shame, like they did the first time. Like it's so the cognitive dissonance, I mean, you can cut it with a knife. It's so gross. The hef, keep in mind he can't blame this in his so-called CTE. This happened way before any of that. What do you mean by CTE? I'm not, my brain's just been erased today. This has been a lot. Oh, right. If he changed, he wouldn't be working so hard to deny it. Yeah. And the fact that he's trying to discredit that girl after all she's been through, gross. It's, it's not right. Hey, Alexis, good to see you. Gooch's parents raised him that way, and his mother continues to enable him. Yeah. Yeah, shame on her. I can't even believe it. I just, ugh. There's something definitely wrong. Thank you for bringing the evidence. You're welcome. Yeah, guys, I don't like to do this kind of thing without actually having receipts and knowing what I'm going to present. I don't just go live about it, whatever, I usually sit on things for a while, think about them and think about how, things should be, like how, like, is it worth talking about? I think this is. I think this in particular is definitely worth it. And I waited till I had as much information for you all as I could and to present it to you. I believe it is. AB, do we know if this is the first thing on his record? Meaning, is this where everything started? Trying to think about how to get complete sets of all charges on his record. Yes. You can email me and I can direct you in the right place. I can't send things off because I'm just out of the use of caution. I don't want to do that, especially when you're talking about Vermont. Yeah, I don't want to transmit things, but I can tell you how you can get a hold of his full record. Also, you can go on, I think it's as simple as doing like the white pages. You can get some of it. You can get some of it on, what's that website? The federal charges you can get on that website that I can't remember that I got the Echoplex stuff from. But yeah, it's, there's a bunch of different places you can get it from. Oh, hey, honey. Hey, folks, just got off my computer after. Oh, I was using your computer for this stuff. It probably exploded because I had to print stuff. Fake security warning that took over my computer. Kind of scary until I Googled it on my phone and found out it was fake. How to break out? Oh, jeez. I'm sorry if I did that, honey. That's my husband, by the way. If people don't know, Free as an Eagle. At Free as an Eagle. Go subscribe to his channel. If you liked wilderness, he goes hiking and does some videos. He's building an A-frame. So if you like carpentry, if you like puppies, if you like nature, check out his channel. If you like near-death experiences, because he talks about that too. He's definitely my better half. Way more spiritual than I am too. Asen, comment, no means no. He has no clue about consent. And not everyone is okay to get paid by someone like him for such a thing. He's so, yeah. And she was only 15 in the first incident. And then the rest of it, it was like, it sounded like he was just, it's been said that he was stalking her. He was stalking her in the worst way possible. He was sexually harassing her. And oh my God, gross. And I believe her. I do believe her. It shows how he sees women gross. Yeah. Yeah, they need to be stopped. Hey, Cheryl, glad you're here. Goot Juice, his big brother and parents have always covered for him, and I'm the bad guy for pointing that out. No, you're not. And thank you. Thank you to you and all the FTG guys. and knife hoarder 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, however many. Thank you all. Thank you for the hugs, guys. This isn't about me, but God, I can imagine how some of you feel too, just even listening to it. It's just awful. It's awful. J9, Reese is sex crazy, and Brett was happy to adult. Yeah, and I think she even made him blush sometimes. That's what I heard. I couldn't watch that Colton Crim thing. Oh my God. Yeah. Thank you, Angie. You're the absolutely right and perfect person to do this. It shows your heart where it is, and it's for a good cause. You care. Yeah, I do. All right, I'm just reading some of your comments. Larry, everything will catch up. It's only a matter of time. Yeah, karma is up. Yeah. Him and his brother will find out soon that they're already being watched. Believe that because said on his live, YouTube people are listening. Good. Yeah. And it is, yeah, Cheryl, Texicana, his soul is dark. Yeah. Chris 10M. Thank you. Goot Juice, Knife Hoarder, and there's who else are the hot sauce guys? The Marisa, actually the other Marisa, the good Marisa, the Marisa's friends with me. Dianetics calls them the pepper guys or something like that, the hot pepper guys. Thank you to all of you. So glad your numbers are growing. Owe you an apology for ignoring you so long. Yep. I do too. At first I was like, I'm not so sure. Then I was like, you know what? These guys are right. These guys are right. Hey, was it Biggie Cat? Keep warning us. I was quick to unsub from Brett Miller's YouTube channel, Lifeboat. What a hypocrite. Yeah, it's gross. Yeah. Aw, thank you. Heat my shorts. Your $20 is in the mail. Thanks, Stace. I love you. I love both Staces. You guys are awesome. Yeah, Incel Anderson. Gross. He's gross. Angie, Marilyn, the only ugly thing here is the truth about this piece of garbage. It would be ugly to hide his truth, but you are beautiful for being sung and facing it head on. Thank you. Well, I guess that's the only way to do it, guys, right? Is to just put it out there. Put it out there. Hey, Karma Chameleon. We're just talking about karma. Catching up at 1.5 speed. Oh boy. J9. I think you're right. Yep. Predators, they rarely change. Yep. Sorry, I'm just taking it in, your comments. Ooh, Mr. Brownstone. I don't want to put that up, but yikes. I hope that's not true, but can't say it's not. Sarah, I was fooled by race. Yeah, not anymore. Oh, yeah, Cheeks. I'm curious what personality disorder they listed. Yeah, well, I had that sex word in it, so I didn't want to read it all, but yeah, it was basically that's what they had ascertained. I don't have the full report or anything. I don't really want to talk about his diagnoses, but yeah, I mean, it was obvious that he had some issues. A personality disorder is what they said. Angie, I'll always be grateful to the Hef and Alan for speaking out and giving me the courage to try again. Now I'm part of a community who lives and cares, and I'm blessed. I love that. That's awesome. Sorry, guys. I know this. I hate to have the heat my shorts. I just have to say, I'm so grateful that Knife Hoarder and Gucci's opened my eyes to what terrible people those Millers are. I was being fooled. Yeah, a lot of people were. And he said it himself. He's a con man, confidence man. And what I learned from him, because he is the definition of a con man, confidence man, is it's not that people have confidence in, like, it's not that he has confidence in himself. People have confidence in him. So he tricks people into having confidence in him. And I'm telling you, guys, I was asking my son about this today. I was like, yeah, so I was like, do you even have a watch? I was like, the whole thing with a watch and the rings and having all these like all these women that are your fiancés and showing them the same ring and being like, oh, here's a ring. Oh, can I have it back? I'm gonna go have it fixed for you. I'm gonna go have it sized for you. Oh, can I have your grandfather's precious Rolex or whatever? Oh, I'm just gonna go tinker with it and fix it for you. And then they never see it again. Like, wow. Yeah. So watch out for that. Watch out for that kind of stuff. If it sounds too good to be true, it it is. Cheeks Spaghetti. I have no idea. I mean, this was before his bank robbery days. I don't know if he's still on probation. I believe he's had to pay for a lot. His mom probably, has had to not picking on people's moms, but yeah, I'm sure she's paid for a lot of his things that he's had to do, like therapy for him and for his victim or victims. Lexi and I feel like an idiot. Both he and Reese. Yeah, well, you're in good company because yeah, Reese had me fooled too. Tommy, I had stranger danger from the very beginning, and that's mostly the reason why I stopped even being in Reese's chats because I couldn't deal with him and some of the other people she had in her chats. Did not like it at all. Brett thrives on notoriety. Well, he's notorious, that's for sure. We'll make him even more notorious. Leslie, question. Did you get the transcript of the recorded conversation? I'd really like to know what he said. No, I don't have the transcript of the recorded conversation, but they ascertained from it that it was enough to enter into evidence. And well, you can go back and look at the exact words, but the affidavit stated, I think I read it 2 or 3 times. Hey, personally observed Mr. Miller were together, was wearing wire. Okay, so the victim was wearing a wireless device, and the conversation between the two was being listened to and recorded by the detective and myself. This conversation has been transcribed and corroborates. So it corroborates that the incident described by the victim did occur. So they got a confession out of him. So I don't know the exact words, but it was corroborated by himself, by Brett Miller. He was buying roofies in Mexico, not Viagra. Yeah, I think we do know that. I think most of us, yeah, have ascertained that too. Allegedly, he was giving them to women too. Allegedly, yeah, are them. From a different source, he told Alan that they were to help him sleep. Comment if, I guess, Reese knew about this. It's disgusting. He just talks about other predators. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's obsessed about talking about predators. Wonder why. Turned on by the salacious details. Yeah. Well, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. And I don't think he's changed. And that whatever evaluation he had at the time probably still stands. Hey, Chrissy, thank you for the super chat. I'm just embarrassed for believing in someone growing, staying in the sidelines for now. It's all right. We all believed it to some degree. Yeah. Yep. Get yourself a crim. Yeah. No, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Alexis. Appreciate that. Thank you for the gifted memberships. I'm not really feeling like singing today, but thank you. Appreciate that so much. Forces Delightful Nature. Marilyn, I'm grateful for your bravery. I'm glad you're talking about this. Also, Hef and Alan too. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, I still have to send this out, but I showed this the other day. The FTG guys, maybe some of you were in there, but I had ordered these from Smoke and Ed's like in the fall, and I gave one to my son for his birthday. He loved it, and I gave one away the other day. But yeah, if anyone's had these are really good. There's one something Mambo Death, Voodoo Prince Death Mambo. That one I couldn't deal with, but the rest of them are pretty good. But anyways, because I'm, thinking like, yeah, my husband's like laughed about these trolls calling me a grifter. He's like, no, you're a gifter because I do gift things sometimes, but I'm definitely not a grifter. So, anyways, hey Sharona, glad you're here. Thank you for being here. Let's see, it's 4:32. I'm just going to look at the chat for a second. All right, I'll find it later. Anyways, yeah, I know I'm all over the place. There you guys. All right, I think I'm gonna wind down here, but thank you everybody for being here. Appreciate you all. And yeah, if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the after the video. You can email me at coffeecultsandcrafts@gmail.com. And yeah, let's take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and fuck that guy. FTG. FTG, everybody. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.